Welcome to Football Friday Night. He's Tony Quach. I'm Adam Solomon. Dwayne Scott will join us in a little bit. Tonight, we start our coverage at Spartan Stadium.
Northwest Conference play is underway. Lima Central Catholic plays host to Allen East in our Spotlight Game of the Week.
Tonight's Football Friday Night Spotlight Game is brought to you by Norada Lanes.
All right, here we go. The Mustangs are looking to play spoiler tonight against a Thunderbirds group that is the number 2 team in Division 7. Midway through the first quarter, zeros on the board. LCC's Brady Parker will keep it himself, weaving through traffic. The 6'4" junior, 63 yards untouched to the end zone to put LCC on the board first, 8-0 after the successful 2-point conversion. Ensuing drive, the Thunderbirds defense would make a play, stripping the football away with Xavier Purnell coming up with the fumble recovery. That sets up the T-Birds in plus territory, where Eddie White will take the handoff and make his way in for the touchdown, with LCC extending their lead to 16-0. Now, as everything starting to go T-Birds away in this game, it's topped off by this power run by Carter Lester with a little extra help from his O-line. Lima Central Catholic a 36-6 winner, their first 4-0 start since 2018.
Meanwhile, undefeated Bluffton takes on 1-2 Jefferson. The Pirates have won 6 out of the last 7 meetings against the Jeff Cats. In the first quarter, Jefferson has the ball. Colt Cross fires it downfield to Lucas Milmine, and the junior takes it in for the score. PAT is no good, but the Wildcats lead 6-0. Meanwhile, Bluffton answers right back. Tate Gieske hits Lane Miller, and the junior hits the end zone, and the Pirates now lead 7-6. All right, later in the half, Gieske is directing traffic. He fires one over to Ethan Springer, and the junior makes the catch in the end zone. Pirates go up 14-6. And Bluffton will tack on more, courtesy of this Jackson Bullis run. The home team now leads 21-6. And let's run it back. It's another Bullis run. And the Pirates continue their undefeated run so far. They're now 4-0 after a 49-6 dub over Jefferson.
Spencerville and Columbus Grove are not having a start to the season that they envisioned. Bulldogs are 0-3, Bearcats 1-2. In this game, Spencerville has the ball here looking for anything in the first half, but it's Columbus Grove's Gavin Baxter with the sack for a big loss and a turnover on downs. Next play, Landon Best takes the snap. The senior throws a perfect deep ball to Trevon Baxter, who makes the catch and converts the 45-yard touchdown. 35-0 Bulldogs in the early second quarter. Next possession, Brady McClure takes the handoff, goes outside, breaks a tackle, reads his blockers, and sets the Bulldogs up nicely at the Bearcat 15. And they'd have him pay it off as well, rushing to his left once again and cruising into the end zone. Columbus Grove gets their first win of the season in blowout fashion, 48-0. All right, wrapping up the NWC, Crestview wins in a shootout with Fort Laramie 55-38. Now to the Midwest Athletic Conference. Anna upsets the number 4 team in Division 6, Coldwater, a 14-7 final. The Rockets' first win over the Cavaliers since 2019. Elsewhere, 7th-ranked St. Henry's a 33-13 winner over Fort Recovery, while Minster tops Parkway 49-20. Number 5 New Bremen is a 26-25 winner over 3-0 Versailles. Gavin Dickey hit Trevor Top from 20 yards away with 1 second left for the game winner in that one. And number 1 Marion Local, too much for Delphos St. John's tonight, 61-0 for the Flyers. The streak is now 68 straight wins. All right, here we go. The Lima Senior Spartans are on the road in a non-conference matchup with Northern Lakes League representative Anthony Wayne, and it was Military Appreciation Night up north. First quarter, Generals on the drive, but oh no, Roman Morrison can't hang on, and Kalen Law is there for the scoop and the score as the Spartans strike first in this game. Lima Senior now has the ball again later. Janias Hall looking. It's off his receiver's hand, and Anthony Wayne is off and running. A pick 6 for the Generals, and Lima Senior can't keep up in this one. Anthony Wayne would pull away 41-12.
In the Green Meadows Conference, Ayersville falls to Fairview 43-14. Paulding improves to 4-0 with a 39-7 win over Wayne Trace. In the Northwest Ohio Athletic League, Patrick Henry dominates Bryan 49-7. In the Miami Valley League, Sydney falls to Vandalia Butler 31-6.
All right, it's time for our first Football Friday Night break. When we come back, we turn to the Western Buckeye League. They Finley Oilers as well. Don't go away. Welcome back to Football Friday Night. We now head to the Western Buckeye League, and we'll start at Titan Stadium at Ottawa-Glandorf. I told you we would. The Titans, they're hoping for a big first win of the season. Tonight, they host the #2 ranked team in all of Division III, the Wapakoneta Redskins. First quarter, the road team is all business. Look at this play from the 4-year starter, Caleb Moyer. Drops back, avoids a tackler, fires it to the end zone to Jarrett Mullen. It's 7-0. Now the Wapak defense playing just as well. Gage Vaughn with the tackle for no gain in the OG backfield. Back come the Redskins offense, though. Moyer to the Ohio commit, Caden Page. Cuts back across the field, stiff arms a defender into the ground and tiptoes the sidelines before he's eventually brought down 38 yards later. Ottawa-Glandorf trying to stop the bleeding here. Will Coleman will stop this play for no gain, but it only briefly slowed down the Wapak offense. They're down to the 3-inch line. Mullen takes the handoff this time around, disappears, and then reappears, diving into the end zone. Redskins pull away 42-14. They are 4-0, 20 straight WBL wins. Dwayne.
Two of the top two teams in the WBL met tonight on the gridiron. 3-0 and undefeated Bath taking on 2-1 Shawnee. The Indians looked to revenge last year's 49-23 defeat at the hands of the Wildcats. And we start with the special teams making an impact in this one, tied at 14 with 2 seconds left in the second quarter. Heron Jamai is good, with the Indians taking the 17-14 lead into the break. Now this is important because Shawnee will get the ball back in the third, resulting in J.J. Spiker leading with the shoulder for the score. Indians now up 10, 24-14.
All right, Shawnee.
Now same score in the fourth quarter. Bath desperately needed a point. Zach Welsh escapes the pocket. Finally, Mikey Hale in the senior will take care of the rest into the end zone for the touchdown. Bath cut the deficit to 3, down 24-21. But Shawnee will shut down any possible chance of a Bath comeback. Isaac Meek's one-handed grab results in 6. As Shawnee are 3-0 in WBL for the first time since 2021 to surprise the unbeaten Wildcats 31-21.
What a game.
Now in our final WBL game tonight, Elida hosting Kenton. The Bulldogs looking for their first conference win of the season. And Kenton will get on the board first in the game. Xavier Gammon quick pass out to Zane Perkins. He breaks the tackle there for the score. The 2-point conversion, however, will fail. Wildcats go up 6-0. Meanwhile, Elida put a couple of field goals on in the board, with this one coming by Isaac Jones, hitting from 42 yards out, guys. That's a deep kick. And just like that, we're tied at 6. About 7 minutes left, the Bulldogs were punching in from about 4 yards out, making it 13-6 Elida, as the Bulldogs would begin to separate themselves later, eventually leading to senior Cameron Kaufman getting in the end zone. As you can see coming up here, as Elida get their first win in conference play. The final score, 36-18.
Building the drama tonight, my gosh.
Elsewhere on the WBL scoreboard, Salina gets their first win of the season with a 38-27 dub over Van Wert. St. Mary's has won back-to-back games after starting 0-2. They defeated Defiance 41-0 tonight. Then in the Central Buckeye Conference, Belfounen is a 28-10 winner over Benjamin Logan. Meanwhile, Indian Lake falls to London 44-14.
To the Northern Lakes League, a cross-division matchup. 2-1 Findlay traveled to 1-2 Southview. As we get this game started, the Findlay Trojans are up a score right before half. They put together a great drive. Miles Bailey rolls out and finds Carter Imke, who toe taps for the first down. A few plays later, Bailey rolling out again will evade a sack, chuck it deep, and find a wide-open Grayson Geyser behind the defense. That sets the Trojans up in great position. Then it's Bailey on the ground, muscling this one in for the score. The Findlay Trojans are a winner once again, a 41-14 final.
A lot of emphasis on Trojans.
For good reason. Our final Football Friday night break is here. It's a quick one. When we come back, we go to the BBC, NWCC, and Three Rivers Conference. Welcome back to Football Friday night. Tony Quach, let's go to the Blanchard Valley Conference, shall we?
And we shall. We'll start at Pandora Gilboa's Community Center Field. The 2-1 Rockets are at home against the undefeated 3-0 Lipstick Vikings. It's been a back-and-forth affair between these two Putnam County rivals. 4 wins for each team in the last 8 meetings. We'll jump right into the fourth quarter. Lipstick trails 7-6. Mark Kirkendall fires it over to Avery Paris, and the junior will take it all the way to the Rockets' 1-yard line. And moments later, it's Aaron Hazelton who crosses the goal line. The Vikings will take a 12-7 lead after a failed two-point conversion. All right, less than a minute to go in the game. Corey Gertzen finds Chase Meyer up the middle. That's a first down for the Rockets. And the clock continues to tick. Gertzen fires one over to Braden Ferguson. And the junior makes the nice grab, but he's just 1 yard short of the touchdown. After a 5-yard penalty PG, the Rockets are just 6 yards away from scoring the game-winning touchdown, but Lipstick's defense says, not on my watch.
Oh, wow.
The Vikings hold off the Rockets. They win 12-7.
What a finish. Tony, you were there for that one, right?
Yes, I was.
More Blanchard Valley Conference. Ada keeps Elmwood winless with the 50-20 victory, while Macomb 56-0 over now 2-2 Arcadia. Arlington stays unbeaten with the 28-10 win over Van Buren, and Matt's Liberty Benton Eagles, a big winner over Riverdale, the 8th-ranked team, 51-0 the final there.
Sheesh. Go to the Northwest Central Conference, 2-1 Upper Saddle Valley on the road against 1-2 Perry. We start with the USV Ryan Roberts INT getting the ball back for the Rams in the second quarter, but to no avail as we go scores into the half. But in the third, bad snap in recovery in the end zone gets Perry on the board first, 8-0 after the two-point conversion as the Perry defense continues to stop anything that comes their way. Moments later, here is Perry's Wyatt Taviano running it down the Rams' throat for the touchdown, as he will finish with 46 carries for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night, as Perry going to win 28-0. And some other scores from the NWCC. Right there, Waynesville Goshen is a winner over Harder Northern, 37-6, while North Baltimore stays undefeated with a 64-7 win over Corey Rawson.
And if you missed it, Thursday night football, Lehman Catholic hosting Northridge, 30-0 field at Sidney Memorial Stadium. First quarter, Lehman trails 8-6, looking for another score here. Turner Lachey goes deep right end zone, but Trevon Rowe with the interception. Trayvon Rowe tapping his toes inbounds to keep into the Cavaliers' drive. The Lehman defense, though, would respond. Just about the entire D-line bulldozing that play to a stop, but Polar Bears would break through. It's Rowe again. This time 43 yards after the two-point conversion. Lehman Catholic trails 16-6 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. But it was the home team taking over from there on out. Lachey goes to the flats, finding C.J. Olding, who sheds a tackler and has nothing but sweet green grass in front of him. Well, turf, technically. 58 yards, definitely. The two-point fails, though, as Cavs trail 16-12 with 4.5 minutes in the second. Northridge trying to respond. 4th and 2. The swarming defense with the sack. Benton Farrell gets to him first. That's a turnover on downs, and the Cavaliers would take full advantage. Lachey fakes the short pass, and that was all Olding needed to get behind his defender. 62 yards. Northridge beat Lehman Catholic a year ago to take the Three Rivers Conference. The 2025 edition has the Cavaliers coming out with a win. 34-16 is your final. And that will do it for your Football Friday night for this Friday night. For Tony Quach, Dwayne Scott, I'm Adam Solomon. We will see you next week.